Health Wednesdays with Rachel Edwards, brought to you by the sponsors of MomsEveryday.com.
If your children can't seem to shake that cold and persistent cough, you may be reaching for the wrong medications. Coughs that you think are caused by a cold may be something else entirely. Dr. Arvind Madan is here from Charlottesville Allergy and Respiratory Enterprises to talk more about that. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Rachel.
So what we think is a lingering cold may be something else.
Yeah, I think one of the first things to understand is why would a cold linger? If you had an underlying tendency for inflammation, which is usually triggered by allergic inflammation, you would tend to keep viral insult for a longer period of time.
And what kind of doctor or specialist should we be looking for?
In pediatric population, I think the first step is to seek help from a board-certified allergist if the cough has persisted for a certain length of time.
When should we see a doctor?
You should see a doctor if the cough has not resolved in the typical expected duration of time that is supposed to be 7 or 10 days.
All right, is it important to get tested?
Testing is only relevant if the coughing has persisted for a few weeks. In other words, you've tried some usual interventions and they don't work, which is when you would see a specialist who would determine on physical exam, do you need further testing?
And tell us a little about what the treatment options are like.
Treatment options are dependent on the initial evaluation, and that's why it's relevant to see a board-certified specialist, because you could be treated for an entirely wrong condition. So in other words, if poorly controlled inflammation was driving your symptoms, you want to address that first. If you had additional causes such as associated sinus infection that has been sitting there as a chronic problem, that needs to be addressed. If you have underlying acid reflux as a possibility, that needs to be addressed. So many factors out there.
Okay, that's why it's important to see a specialist. Thank you so much for being here. Great advice. And if you would like more, visit our website, MomsEveryday.com.
Moms Every Day with Rachel Edwards, weekdays at 7:22 a.m. and 7:27 p.m. is brought to you by the sponsors of MomsEveryday.com.